You might not believe it, but I'm actually like a year in Forex. It's been a
Whoa.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I think that program was made specially for me.
I like that. I can hear that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
blowing up accounts after accounts.
All right. Hi guys. Welcome to the Funded Trader interview. We're gonna start with kind of you introducing yourself. So just tell me like your name, where you're from, and what you do for work.
Hi everyone, my name is Elroy. I goes by the name of DJ Blacks.
I was gonna ask, are you a DJ? DJ
I used to be, yeah, I used to actually be a DJ, but then I realized that the DJ market is not really one that can survive a pandemic. So that's where,
yeah. Darn it.
yeah,
True.
that's where I switched gear. Yeah. So originally I'm from Island St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the Caribbean, but now I'm living in Canada.
Whoa, cool. All right. Nice transition. Okay. All right. So first question is, how did you get into Forex at all?
You might not believe it, but I'm actually like a year in Forex. It's been a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I told you, I was, aspiring to be a DJ, and then pandemic hit. I was like, yo, I need to find some other source where I can be the boss and, do my own thing. And then I was introduced to Forex by one of my friends. So he basically started the Forex before me, and then he was like, yo, you need to start doing this. And he was so excited, man. And I remember the first time he actually showed me the screen of MT4 on his phone.
Intimidating?
And I was like, what's that? Like, that's what you're doing, bro? And he was like, yeah, I honestly, I couldn't understand one thing that was on that thing, man. And then, so that was 2019, the ending. So I started in 2021, January.
Okay.
Yeah, I started researching, and then first day I researched it, I fell in love because I went on YouTube, right? And you know how it is on YouTube.
There's so much. There's so much.
And I start seeing the cars, and I'm like, yo, sign me up.
Right.
I instantly went for a live account.
There you go.
Yeah. So after that, you know how it goes when you rush into Forex.
Oh yeah.
Blowing up accounts after accounts, and then.
Oh no, that hurts. Yep, we've all been there.
Yeah, man.
I gotta ask, did Leroy help you with any of the learning part, or he just kind of got you into the Forex game in general?
Well, he introduced me to it, like, this is Forex, and the rest I was too excited to bother asking him for help. I was just in doing my own thing, and so I was doing like basic tutorials, and trying to get a strategy. But I was just basically going in. If I feel like the market is going down, I'm gonna sell. If it's going up, it's based on my feeling. And then, but the thing is, right, I always started with a small account. So I used to deposit like $50.
Okay.
So I never went too crazy in, but one day, like a week, I had the craziest thing happen to me. So I flipped that account to $1,000, and I was like, "Yep, I'm not gonna work anymore." I'm not gonna. So I was what I was doing. I was like, I was going in. If I see the market is going up, I buy. The first, so I was like using standard lots with $100 account, man.
Okay.
So the first candle I get that goes into profit, I'm closing it.
All right.
$10, $20. So I did that for like a week, and I was up $1,000, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna be rich. But it was just luck. It was luck. Like, now looking back at it, I was like, nah, I didn't know one thing I was doing. So moving on a little more, like 6 months in, I came across some free tutorials from ICT.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you ever heard of him, but he has a lot of free course online, and then that's when the whole thing just changed.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was like your edge. Is it fairly like beginner friendly? I mean, I guess since you went from trading with feelings to that, it was a pretty easy transition over.
I wouldn't say it's a lot of information, and I was just trying to get rich. I was just wanted to, I'm not gonna work anymore. I'm just trying to get rich. So at first, so he have a lot of different strategies, right?
Okay.
And then I came familiar with one, and then I saw it working. So I'm like, okay, from now on, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But it's called optimum trade entry. That's the name he gave to it. So
optimum trade.
I was just it's basically a fib retracement.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I was just inside, just fib 5 minutes, 1 minute, Fibonacci, and I was just buy and sell. But I didn't grasp the concept. I was just using it like, no market structure, nothing. I was just using it because I saw it work a couple of times, and I'm like, yeah, this is it. And then after I went back, I was doing signal. I was just doing everything, man. I was just all over the place. But then one thing I keep going back to his content. It's like I would start it, but how it's so much work. It's like, wow, I know he have a lot of insight in the market and he's very good. So I was like, man, if I just put my all into studying, because I got to realize it's basically like you can't make money unless you know what you're doing. I came to realize that. So I'm like, let me get the strategy down pack, and then the money will follow after. So
exactly.
That's when I just went in and just going through his videos, replaying because there's a lot of videos. So
okay.
Yeah, and then I start seeing consistency. I'm able now to do a lot of crazy things on the chart, and it's like magic.
No, really though, I get that. All right. Yeah. Well, next question is, how did you find the Funded Trader program?
There's a guy. He's famous on YouTube. Blake, I think that's his name. Blake. Yeah. So I normally follow his channel, and he normally do those top 5 platforms and so forth. So I was at my Forex fund first, but I never got funded there because that was the time when I was really trying to get rich. So it was just blowing those and blowing those.
Yeah.
So at that time, I saw when he announced that he was gonna start with my the Funded Trader, right?
Okay.
So I was a bit skeptical because I was like, oh, this is a new platform, so maybe I should just wait.
Right. That's understandable.
Yeah, and let me see the reviews and the process and the progress. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then it was like a couple of months ago when they introduced, because I left my Forex one because they start getting a lot of issues with the support. Like can't get it on time when you need something, like urgently. It's like a lot of, so I was like, okay, let me start growing my account, because like I was kind of, over the platform, and then I saw the Funded Trader came out with the rapid. I was like, yes, this is what I was looking for.
Okay.
I need payout, man. I need payout. 2 weeks payout. I need that.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I signed up for the 50K account, and like the first 2 weeks I passed phase 1.
Okay.
The other week I passed phase 2. So within a month I was funded. And I think the other month I received my payout. So
I was like,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, what advice would you have for someone that's not funded yet? Now you obviously did a good job. You were on a roll. You were ready. You were determined. You're like, all right, we're going to do this, this, and this, and I'm getting funded. What would be your advice to people that aren't funded yet with the Funded Trader?
Oh, my advice is you got to take it slow. That was my biggest problem, because I was like, I'm gonna pass this in one day, and I will use such huge leverage, and then I remember this so good. I would be like, I would put on a trade, and I would be using like 10 lots. I'm like, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna pass phase 1, and I wake up to a email saying you've breached the daily drop. I'm like, oh my God, that feeling is so. My advice to anyone that isn't funded yet, you gotta take it slow, man. Like it's not a rush. It's not a get rich quick thing. Like take your time. I basically I wrote it down. I'm like, if I can make 1% a day, and I don't have to trade every day. That's the biggest problem with,
yes,
with being
absolutely.
a trader.
Yeah.
You can't be trading every day.
Yeah, and you don't have to. It's just a matter of waiting for the signal. So yeah, absolutely. That's something that everyone struggles with. Oh my gosh, struggle with that. And especially if you're on a losing streak, then that even changes everything. Now you're like, now I have to trade every day because I don't want to miss a move.
Exactly. And so I keep it strict. I'm like Mondays, when going back to what I was doing wrong, I'm like Mondays, I'm always losing on a Monday. I don't know why. So
I did too.
I'm like no, I'm not trading on a Monday.
I don't mind that. I kind of like that. I'm gonna write that one down. Hold on.
Yeah. Like I have it in my trading plan. And that's another thing. I have to tell them, like, I was trading, I don't have a trading plan. And I would hear people say, oh, get the trading plan. I'm like, oh, I don't need a trading plan. I know what I'm doing. But trust me, like when you start putting things in perspective like that, there's a big shift in your results. So in my trading plan, I'm not trading on a Monday and Friday because I want to enjoy my weekend. I don't want to go out with a losing trade on a Friday.
I don't blame you.
So actually I find like the best moves are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Like the setups are very good.
Yeah. So if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Another question I have, I didn't have this one written down, but I'm interested. Have you traded anything other than Forex? Have you done like futures or stocks or anything, or you just started with Forex and that's where you're at still?
So when I started, I was doing Forex and I was really in love with gold because of the movement.
Oh yeah.
But gold, it kind of humbled me.
Oh, gold, you said?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Oh, I've been hit hard with gold. And just this past month, oil got me real good. I'm still trying to make up from that one.
I never traded oil, but I've been watching it and I'm like, yo, this moves well. But the thing is, it moves well when you're watching, but when you're inside and it's going against you, oh my God.
I know. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. It hurts a lot. So then after a while, I kind of just focused on Forex, but now I'm better at gold. I actually took a gold trade this morning.
Nice. Okay, cool. I haven't traded gold in a long time. I'm excited to hear that though. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I caught a really nice setup on gold this morning, and I'm into the NASDAQ and the S&P.
Yeah. That's what I'm in right now. Actually, real quick. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I also forgot to mention this. I'm also I'm a full-time worker, so I'm not a full-time trader.
Tell me about that. What do you do now?
So I'm working at this factory. So what we do, those what's the word? Awards, yes. Awards. So we do awards for the MBA and those stuff like.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This crystal company, but I have to be kind of discreet because I'm planning to leave pretty soon. So I hope.
All right.
Yeah. So what I normally do, I trade London session. So I get up like 12 o'clock because in Canada it's like 12 New York time, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I get up at 12 and then, I try to get all the moves during London and try to get like an hour sleep, get to work for 8 o'clock, man. Yeah.
Okay, so you're grinding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd say that's the hardest part of like the consistency. When I started out and I was working and trading at the same time, I was still simulated trading. So I feel like I wasn't as like motivated or I wasn't as like hungry to consistent. But as soon as I went live while I was working, my trading like changed completely. I was like, okay, no, this is real now. We gotta be a little more careful.
Yeah, you gotta put in extra
Oh,
effort. So
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm really glad that I'm funded because now that I can replace that income and focus because I know once I'm home and I have more time on my hand, my trade is gonna be up. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
gotta skyrocket, man.
Uh-huh. I'm actually, so I made that same decision you made. Will it be the beginning of this year? I guess I think it's been like a year now, but I finally was like, you know what? I don't need to do anything but trade now. Like I don't need to go work at the
That's the best
YMCA and say
that's
hi
the
to
best
everybody.
feeling, right?
It was the coolest. It was scary at first, but it was like so liberating. Like there's no more uniforms, there's no more hours. Like you're your own boss.
I
You
know.
can't answer to anybody.
You can't have it any better, trust me.
I agree.
And it's so funny because like when I just got introduced to Forex, man, I was working and I actually stopped working. And I didn't even have a plan. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. So I quit. That's why I made so much progress because I was home.
Yeah.
But I was losing a lot. So I learned fast because experience is the greatest teacher, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so because of that, and then after when the funds that I had start running out, I'm like, man, I have to go back to work.
That happens. I had the same exact, almost the very same exact issue. I quit my job, went live, lost a lot of money, then
Yeah.
decided, okay, you know what? That's okay. We're going to try this again. So I went back to simulating for a few months, like to really like to take everything that I learned from that losing into perspective, simulated for a few months, and then tried it again. And then the second time, there's a charm. It's fine. And it's okay. That happens.
I know. You gotta get up on that bike and ride again, man.
Exactly. Yes.
And you know what's funny, man? I don't think I ever went to demo trading.
Really?
No.
You're impressing me. This is
No, for real. Like it was just urge to just be at home, be making your own money. You don't have to answer to
Oh
anybody. Like
yeah.
that's the
You
biggest
already
thing.
knew
So
what
I
you
just
wanted from
want
the beginning.
from the beginning, man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
From the get-go. Yep.
All right. Well, my next question is, do you have any experience with the funded trader like community? Are you like kind of engaged with other funded traders? Are you part of the Discord? Do you watch any of that stuff? Let me know some of that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm well tuned into the community. I'm not much of the talkative person that would be on there talking, but like if I have a question, it's amazing. Like the community is so they're very warm, trust me. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
if I have a question, like a lot of people will be at my assistance and I love it. They make you feel so at home and so comforting and so forth. I like
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah. I watched one of the discords. So I think I've watched like about three now, and they do them for like almost 2 hours at a time. But last week I watched them for the first time, and I think the coolest experience I had with it is like nobody's getting shamed. Like everyone's strategy is welcome. Like what works for you works for you. They're not trying to push their
Yeah,
strategy on you. I mean, it was very like uplifting. Everyone wants to see everyone succeed. They don't care what
yeah.
strategy you use. Because when I went in, I
I
was
know.
pretty self-conscious. Like I thought my strategy was like too easy. I'm like, is this okay? And everyone
That's
was
that's the best. That's the best thing. You need that easy strategy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's true. Like they're so nice in that community.
I agree. I agree. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite part? Well, I feel like you mentioned this already. Your favorite part about the funded trader program, is that like the super quick turnaround time?
Yeah. The rapid.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be getting some payout this week too. I think, or maybe
All
next
right.
week.
All
So
right.
yeah, those checks they keep coming in. I
Uh-huh.
love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, that would be my favorite part too.
Yeah,
Okay, next
because
question. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say for me, I think that when you're trading like a funded account, right? And I think it's frustrating when you have to be like, oh, I have to keep this profit for a whole entire month before I get payout. And even with the trading days, like I think it's zero like you have 35 days to complete the target, but it's like you don't have to do a maximum of 5 days or whatever. It's like whenever you passed it within that time frame, you'll be able to excel to the next level, right?
Right.
And for me, I find that was a big psychological lift because I just had to just do my thing. I didn't have like, oh man, I have to, because as I used to always want to pass the challenge in one day because I see everybody doing it online. I'm like, I gotta get this one day, and the rest days I'll just put in a 0.01 just to make up for the. But I think it really helped with my psychology because I'm like, yo, I can do this in one day. I could take a month. I don't have to rush it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that I think that program was made specially for me.
I like that. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. Okay, next question is, what do you wish that you did differently? So when you started out, is it the speed of things, or was it like maybe, do you wish you kind of did some demo stuff first? Like, what do you wish you had done differently if you could go back? Or nothing, and that's okay too.
Nah, I don't think I would do anything differently because I think like everyone, they are different in terms of the way how they think about stuff, and I like to be getting my hands-on experience. So I think I actually like I dabbled in demo, but I still had my live accounts, but it was not interesting to me. I'm like,
yeah.
But I know a lot of people, they would recommend doing demo, and to each his own.
Absolutely.
But for me, I wouldn't do anything differently. I think that's the way it was supposed to be.
I like that. And I like the psychology behind that. Like, I mean, as far as like life goes in general, you wouldn't be where you are now if anything had changed. So.
Exactly.
I like to think of it that way.
You just have to embrace it.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Okay. All right. Next question is, have you traded? Oh, wait, you might have mentioned this one too. Have you traded with another? You said you traded with another prop firm before?
Yeah.
And not some great experience with that one?
No.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it was good from the beginning, like when they just started, because it was a Toronto, a Canadian company.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I think after they did some upgrade, everything went haywire. A lot of complaints, and as traders, we trading is such a like trading itself is easy, but to be a trader, it's a hard work.
Oh my God! I have the and I shouldn't. Yeah.
So the less hurdles you have to jump over is better for you. So like when you're dealing with a funded company, you want to be dealing with less resistance as possible because you have the market to focus on. You have the psychology, the over trading. You have so much thing you have to deal with. So it's like, man, at least be on our side. Let's flow together and let's make that money.
Yeah. All right. The next question, I'm going to be honest, it just hit me because you said you used to be a DJ. Did you listen to the new Kendrick album, or have you listened to it yet?
The new
Kendrick album?
Oh, so that's the thing. I haven't, but
okay, it's time. Go ahead. As soon as we get off this call, it's good.
I will do that. But I will tell you though, like since I decided to be like wholeheartedly devoted to trading, it's like, man, I haven't listened to music. It's like day in and out. I'm just on YouTube. I'm going through like anything I could. I'm going through interviews with traders, like experienced traders, because they have the experience. They have lots of knowledge.
Oh yeah.
And I love listening to experienced trader and the psychology. I think that's where I get a lot of my learning from, right?
Yeah. Okay, good to know. I was going to ask if you had, so I know you're kind of self-made for the most part, like your strategy, you ended up just researching yourself. You found somebody that teaches a method and you learned that method. So really, I guess a matter of it now is just you continue to learn, you continue to listen to people. Do you have any mentors right now, or it's still just the same thing? You're kind of just doing your own research and finding stuff that works.
Yeah, I'm more focused on the ICT mentors because he have free mentorship going on currently on YouTube.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I'm just plugged into all of his stuff because content, man, is amazing. Trust me.
I'll have to look him up. You'll have to put it in the chat, or maybe I'll send you an email. I haven't heard of him, I don't think.
Yeah. You haven't?
I don't think so. Who is it? Say his name one more time.
ICT, the inner circle trader.
Oh, yes, I have. I have heard of it.
Oh, you have? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, my next question is, what type of trader are you? Like, are you in within like seconds? Are you scalper, day trader? I guess since you have a job too, is it more of a day trader? You're in and out within the day, or is it quicker than that?
Most times I'm like scalp to a day trader. It depends because I'm just looking to make 1%, and 1% for me is 20 pips.
So if it does it in a second, then it does it in a second.
If it does it in a second, but I try to get more than 20 pips, the risk to reward. I don't believe in it, but I try to make more just in the event because I wouldn't be bragging, but my strategy, if I'm doing a 1-to-1 risk to reward, I'm high in the win ratio.
Okay. Which is my next question. And if you're not comfortable with it, totally fine. Do you want to share your strategy at all? Do you want to do any screen sharing and kind of show some trades, or what you got?
Yeah, I can do that. I have no problem doing that.
Okay.
Where you can see BSL, that's for buy side liquidity, and here would be sell side liquidity. So basically, the reason why I outlined those areas, I was like, okay, where do the dollar want to go? Because here we have our fair value gap. These are things that I learned from ICT, right?
Okay.
He speaks a different language, so it's not what the regular trader might know. You would know these things if you're going through his mentorship. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So right. So I was. Let me see what time this was. So at 12 o'clock. Yes, I'm watching the charts. And okay, let me replay it so I could take you back in time when I was actually doing it. So yeah, around 12 o'clock, I outlined these levels. This wasn't here. I put this here a while ago. So I was like, okay, where do the dollar wanna go? So I was watching, I was waiting for London to open, and I'm like, I wanted it to take out the sell side liquidity. So that would indicate that it wants to go down. And I had this level predetermined from the daily chart. So I do my analysis. I don't really start from the 15 minutes. I do it from the daily chart.
Right.
And I put this level here, the sell side liquidity, because of this low that's on the daily chart. Okay. So I was like, I want to see the market trade towards it. So this would act like a magnet. So the market would be, wanting to go down to get that liquidity.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that was basically my bias for the dollar index. But I don't trade the dollar index. But as you may know, that when the dollar goes down, the foreign currency goes up, and also gold also goes up. Okay. When the dollar goes down.
Okay.
But I really wanted to trade euro dollar because I saw they had high impact news. So I wanted that that movement, that sudden movement from it. Because as I told you, like the faster I get my pips, the faster I get to sleep to go to work the next day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm watching the chart, and then when I saw this candle, when it broke the sell side liquidity, I went to to gold, and what I outlined it on gold, because before I go to there, this is the pairs that I watched. I watched gold, euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, GBP JPY, GBP AUD, NAS, SPX, S&P, the US Canadian dollar. Those are just the instruments I focus on.
Okay, those look pretty similar to mine too. If you just added oil, I think we'd have about the same. So that's cool. Cool.
I think I might add oil when I'm home trading.
Just take a look at
it. Right. So I normally go through the charts and see what I'm looking for. So I will do that when I get home. So I start trading Tuesday. So Monday evening, when I get home from work, I'll be going through the charts to see what market looks interesting, right? Okay. So before the Asian session, I went to gold and I noticed something very interesting. I noticed we had equal highs up here.
Okay.
So anytime you see equal highs in the market like that, that's normally like a magnet, a nice magnet, and price want to reach for that. Okay.
Okay.
Normally that's a situation I have in my head when I'm going through the charts and I'm looking for possible setup. So I'm like, okay, I want to see the dollar go down, and if the dollar goes down, I know I want to see a run up to get this liquidity for gold. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be my trade for Tuesday, which was this morning. Sorry.
Nice. Yeah.
So let's see what time this is. Okay, so here, this candle right here, this is 12 o'clock, and you see I outlined it 12 a.m. open. That's how I normally state it.
Okay.
And then while we saw that dollar was going down, I noticed gold is going down. I'm like, okay, this must be interesting. And when gold made this candle, so before that, okay, let me take it step by step. Let me not rush it. So before that, I outlined this, which is a fair value gap. A quick explanation of a fair value gap is when you see, let me move this so that you can see it properly. So when you see the market move like this with an impulsive leg, and you have one big candle going up and it didn't have any like retracement, it's just one big up candle. The gap between it, ICT, he referred to it as a fair value gap. So I outlined this before because I was setting up for my trade. Okay. So, but this is my personal touch I'm gonna add right here. While I was going like back testing gold with my strategy, I noticed one thing. Whenever I'm looking to take a trade, I want to see gold move from the opening price at 12. I want to see it move. So if I'm trying to buy, I want to see it dip lower for at least 40 pips.
Okay, good to know.
Once I see 40 pips, I'm not hesitating. I'm buying.
Okay.
I'm very aggressive. I'm a very aggressive trader. Because
I am too.
Because I backtest this so much and I'm very confident. So anytime I see this, plus so this was the scenario. Okay, let me fast forward it a bit so you can see what I'm saying. That big candle, I was inside buying, and I was looking for price to get to here because, as I told you, this normally acts as a magnet to price. And then, but I didn't hold for the entire position.
Okay.
I got out around here, which was 3 o'clock. I was so tired.
Oh, I don't blame you.
When I got this,
Oh, I said, I don't blame you. If it did it quick enough, yeah, that's fine. If you got to go to bed too. I've gotten out of so many trades just because I wanted to stop thinking about it and either go to bed or have the rest.
I know. And one thing with me, as long as I have a trade in, I cannot sleep. I had too many bad experiences.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I do try, but I'll be up. So I got like 50 pips from it.
Okay. All right.
And then, Yep.
Interesting. That is a very cool breakdown. Okay.
Yeah, I actually wanted. So what I did, and this is something I'm really trying to work on myself with, is trying to hold trades for longer. Because what happened, I had like 2 standard lots. So I took off one. I put my stop because my stop loss was okay. Let me put that so I could show where my stop loss was.
Yeah.
Right, so I was somewhere in here buying. My stop loss was right below here.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
And originally the target was here, but as I tell you, I like to get out as soon as I make that money. I was hoping, because normally gold moves fast. I was hoping I would have got this whole movement before I went to bed, but
which is realistic. Gold has done stuff like that before. It does it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does it. But you know what? I can bet you, if I was selling this, gold would have been going up there because gold love to do that.
I know.
When it catch you on the different end of the market, it's gonna rock you up, man. So yeah, but normally I like to take profit when a old high has been
absolutely.
met.
Yep, I can see that.
Because there's no guarantee this is gonna go all the way up there. But I would have loved to see it go up in one candle, but it's trading, man. It's not gonna do that. So then I started to make these candles. I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to bed. This probably want to reverse.
Oh, hey, I think, did it show it on there? I think your trade's on there. Oh, never mind.
Oh no, I really wanted that to show.
That's okay. I got the idea. I mean, that makes perfect sense for the exit also. I could see that. It hit that last high. Okay.
Yeah. And just to show, let me drag this out a bit. It really so when I was at work and I looked at my phone and I saw that, I was like, damn, I would have got all that movement.
I know.
That's how it goes with trading, man.
Yeah. Oh man, but hey, excellent trade still, regardless. You had the right idea. So if you had done the same exact trade on maybe a day that you were willing to just stay up a little later, like I feel like this would have been excellent for you.
Yeah, because as I was telling you, so after it got here, I took off one of the standard lot that I had on, and I put my stop to break even.
Okay.
And then my mind, I was like, I'm gonna let it run and hit that while I'm sleeping, but I couldn't fall asleep. So I just got up and I closed the position and then I fell asleep.
Fair enough. It's as traders, it's different every day. Yeah. Some days you can do it, some days you can't. But I think the coolest thing is, you had the right idea. So same idea today, it would have worked. So hey, I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at all. It's good. It's better than a loss.
That's excellent. Not bad. All right. Cool. I like your twist though on gold. How when it does I was gonna show my mouse, but that's okay. But when it does that pull up, you said you wait for it to dip back down, and then I don't know, I'm kind of into that.
What we call that is that's the manipulation. So whenever the markets want to go higher, you know how it runs back to get stops and so forth.
Right.
I love seeing that manipulation. I'm like, yes. So normally people would be in and trying to short it because they see that big candle down, but no, I'm buying that.
All right, I'm into that. Very cool. Okay, well, now I'm going to add gold back to my list because I took it off. I'll just take a look. I'm just going to take a look. I'm just going to dabble. Yeah,
but the thing is, like, you gotta really know what the dollar index is trying to do, because once you get what the dollar index is, it makes your job a little easier. Because I was even gonna trade the euro dollar, which I mentioned. But if I could jump in my chart real quick, and just show you one last thing, what that I was looking for on the euro dollar, why I didn't take that trade, because what I did. This was Monday's trading. I wanted it, so I normally use Fibonacci also. So I wanted it to during Asian session, I wanted it to get back into this fair value gap. I had this this pink shaded box.
Okay.
I was looking for it to get down here in the Asian session, but it didn't. So I was like, it didn't. That manipulation I was looking for.
Yeah.
And it didn't do that. And this is a bonus for the viewers out there. So with my strategy, when I'm not, so the reason why I want to see the 40 pips manipulation from gold is because gold, it moves faster. But when I'm trading like Forex, and so at 12, I would just put my horizontal line across, and I want to see at least 10 pips below that open price if I'm buying. If I'm selling, I want to see it go 10 pips above. But the thing is, it never got to 10. It got to, I think, 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, it got to 8 pips. So that's why I didn't take a trade. But I was looking forward to go up and get some of the buy side liquidity, but it's all good.
Okay. So good to know. So it's manipulation seems to be like one of your fortes. Like that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, we call it the the accumulation, manipulation, and the distribution. So around 12 o'clock when it's in consolidation, that's when it's accumulating where it's gonna go. Then it gives you a fake run. That's the Judas. They call it a Judas swing.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, because it gives you a fake move. And then I like seeing that fake move because I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I know what that is. I know that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I love seeing that. When I normally see those movements, I'm smiling. I'm like, I think I'm gonna make some money. I think you never know. You never know, but you have a feeling.
Oh yeah. What is some advice that you have for new people that maybe aren't even like into trading yet? Like, so two things. What advice do you have for people that aren't into trading yet? Like before they even get into it, like maybe some things that you're like, okay, listen, this is maybe something you need to put in consideration. And then the next thing is, what advice do you have for people who are like, maybe now I know your situation is different because you're only in year one, right?
Yeah.
That's insane, but way cool. What is your advice for people that maybe are like on year one or year two and they're still not seeing the results yet? So two different spectrums, like the newbies and then the ones that think they've been in it for a while, but just still aren't seeing results. What's your advice for that before we sign off?
It's for newbies who haven't started trading, but they are interested in trading.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My advice would be, it's like get as much knowledge as possible. I mean, there's a lot of people that's online and what they're teaching you. I don't want to discriminate against anybody, but you gotta be smart and you gotta be like, okay, if you see someone that's trading for 2 years, like me, I'm just a year in. I'm not gonna do a course and be like selling being like a mentor or anything like that.
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
I don't have enough experience. So look for those experienced traders and listen to what they're saying. Like one thing that you would really recognize and you'll be able to say, yeah, that's a good mentor without even going through the work. They would constantly beat in your head like risk. They don't want you to take trade. They want you to learn. But there are other educators, they will be like, oh man, you can make money. When they start saying you can make money, they're just trying to, they're feeding you the wrong. So yeah, so look for those educators that's more likely older, more experienced, that would give greater advice.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because they went through it and they know these markets they don't play. Like if they catch you, they're gonna
repeat. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting. That's great advice.
So,
I hadn't even thought of it that way before. It's like the ones that are trying to sell you the cars and the boats and stuff, like probably just selling you a course to make money. But the ones that are like, listen, I don't even care if you decide to go with me or someone else. You just need to learn.
Exactly.
Those are the people you need to go with.
Yeah, and for those people that they're probably like 1 year, 2 year, and they think like, man, when am I gonna really? It's like the thing is like it's not set in stone, and it's like, okay, you're gonna get this in 1 year or 2 years. I still haven't got everything because it's a process. But what you need to do, it's basically get a trading plan. Number one. Back test. Back test. I'm not even supposed to be saying like, or giving advice like that, but I'm like, I'm not the person that should be saying this, but I think you should do a little bit of demo trading.
No, I think that's fair. That's fair. You're the exception.
So yeah, it's good to. So, and when you start seeing like for me, when I start seeing a little bit of profit, I thought I had it. The amount of time I woke up and I'm like, because I keep on hearing they're gonna say you're gonna have this aha moment. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, aha. Every time I would a trade, I'll be like, aha, that's the aha moment. But truth be told, I don't think there's an aha moment. It's an ongoing process because today you start making profit, and then that's another thing. When you start seeing a lot of profit, your head gets swollen and you feel you're invincible. And then that's when the loss comes.
Yep.
And that's when you start going in circles all again. Because I was there, because after I got my first payout, I felt so great. I never, ever got a funded account. So it was a great achievement for me. And I start feeling like, yo, I'm high and mighty. And then the first day after trading again, I lost. And it wasn't 1% of my account. It was 4%.
See, that's how it goes. I mean,
yeah. And no, I was saying like 4%, and that's a lot. And like, so you have 5% the daily drawdown, and I was through like 4% of that. Oh. And I was like, really? This is how I'm gonna lose my account? I'm like, nope. Not this time, buddy. So I just slow it down, and it's very hard to deal with wins, and it's very hard to deal with loss. So my advice is, when you start winning, you gotta take a little break, like ease back a bit.
I think that's a great idea.
Let me get back in that grinding mode, because you start feeling very invincible. Mm-hmm.
That's excellent advice. Oh yeah. The for the newbies and for the guys that have been in for a little while. Like for the newbies, like the summary of that would be, maybe try to lean more towards the guys that aren't trying to sell you on something and just care that you're getting educated. And then for the ones that have been in it for a while, just work on a trading plan, work on like that mindset, kind of bringing it down a notch whenever you're on a winning streak. Like, remember the grind. So no, I think that's excellent advice.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, I think that is all for today.
Oh man.
Dude, first of all, congrats, by the way. Congrats on your funded trading account. I mean, I'm impressed from like start to finish where you're at right now. I'm impressed. That's exciting.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm impressed also, man.
Well, cool.
It's amazing. Thank you. You did a great job.
Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. We'll talk later.
Bye. Yeah, later.
Bye.